Yo, so what's up? This is your boy again, Jeffrey Jabert here, fourth video. Today's March 10th, so you know when I made this. Wizards lost to the Trailblazers tonight. Stupid coach sat my boy JaVale McGee out in the fourth quarter. I don't know what he was thinking. Anyways, that's not the reason I'm here. The reason I'm here is to talk about a problem that we have in the world, just like my previous videos. And I apologize to the people I did not respond back to. Like, I'm double majoring at University of Miami right now. Involved in a lot of stuff. I just don't have time to go back and forth with all you people. But so that brings me to what this video is about. Like, University of Miami. So I'm all hyped up. ACC tournament. I'm about to watch the second game for us on Friday last night against Florida State. And I turn into the game and I see Durant Scott sitting on the bench in his warm-ups. I'm like, oh, I guess he got hurt or something. But then they say that he was not playing because he's suspended. So I'm thinking, oh, all right, maybe he broke a team rule. But no, it turns out just hours before the game, he was suspended or declared ineligible by the NCAA or the school or something for impermissible benefits. So basically improper benefits. The hard thing I find about this, or the hard thing to believe, the fishy thing about this is, since the whole Nevin Shapiro thing in the summer where it was found out our school, its players got all this money from this Ponzi schemer. Alright, yeah, that happened. Like, there's no denying it. Okay, who cares? But since then, we've had a combined 4 basketball and football games combined against Florida State. And in 3 of those games, we just happened to have one of our top players be caught up with a different instance of improper benefits right before the game. Like, Florida State's our big rival. So I don't think this is just like a coincidence. Like in football, maybe it was because Ray Armstrong, he was suspended a few days before the game for something. But the last time we played Florida State prior to Friday, I'm in the student section. I'm one of the super fans in the first row. And like 30 minutes before game, someone comes in. They're like, yo, Reggie can't play today. And we're all like, what? Yeah, he apparently had some improper benefits or something like that. Just right before we play Florida State. So the Ray Armstrong thing wasn't even across my mind. But I was like, man, that's unfortunate that he's out for this game. We end up winning, and he was reinstated in time for the next game. But then when we play Florida State last night, I'm like, yo, something's got to be up. Because we're playing Florida State again, and just randomly, out of the blue, another one of our top players, our leading scorer, Durant Scott, is suspended for improper benefits. Like, there's something going on. All 3 of these instances right before Florida State. Like, Florida State should stop being some little girls and trying to play a weakened Miami team. If you're really better than us, which you probably were better than us in both cases, then you could just play us full strength and beat us at full strength. You don't want to have a tainted victory. But, oh man, just thinking about that, I still can't believe we had Durant Scott not eligible to play. Like, the NCAA says, oh, they just found this out, but really, they had no clue about Durant Scott when they were investigating Reggie Johnson? Because this stuff didn't just happen. It apparently happened last year. So if you're going to crack down on Reggie Johnson, why aren't you cracking down on Durant Scott at the same time? Why are you just going to wait until the game before Florida State? So I feel like it's someone that's a Florida State fan or associated with Florida State that's ratting our players out. Because there's no way the NCAA didn't know about Durant Scott when they knew about Reggie Johnson. And, all right, if you're going to make the suspension, why aren't you going to suspend Durant Scott before the ACC tournament starts? Like, the ACC tournament started on Thursday, and he's good to go on Thursday. Then just randomly on Friday, NCAA finds something out about him? Nah, there's got to be an inside person that's associated with Florida State. But the whole point of this is, all right, if you break the rules, yeah, you should pay for it. But Miami, we're not considered an elite program. DeQuan Jones, who was caught up in the Nevin Shapiro scandal, it looks like they didn't have evidence or something. He was about to sue the NCAA, so they dropped the case against him since the school was holding him out in fear of having to forfeit games he participated in. He's the only 5-star recruit that I think the University of Miami's ever had. So it's understandable that he might have did it. He might not have did it. Like, I don't care. Everyone's doing it. But our program's being made an example of with Reggie Johnson and Durant Scott as well. So just this year alone, that's 3 basketball players on our team that have been suspended for improper benefits. And we're a mediocre program at best. Like, we definitely got the talent to compete with the good teams, but when you're talking about Miami, you probably think of it more as a football school. You don't consider it a basketball school, really. And Durant Scott and Reggie Johnson, they're great players. They weren't 5-star recruits, though. So why is NCAA focusing on a mediocre program and making an example out of them? Like, why aren't they focusing in on John Calipari and Duke and UNC and all those programs? Those are elite programs. They're getting 5-star recruits every year. So if these like 3-star and 4-star recruits at our school are getting these impermissible benefits, imagine what's going on at these elite programs to secure the 5-star recruits. Like, John Calipari is been in so many scandals, and it seems like nothing really happens to him. So I don't know why our players are losing games and stuff, and Calipari doesn't really lose anything. Yeah, Memphis, I think they had to forfeit their season, but that was after the fact. Like, nothing happened to Calipari, I don't believe. And there's something with UMass back in the day that was associated with Calipari. I don't know what happened with that. So I don't know why the coaches don't get in trouble. And that brings me now to Frank Haith. Like, all this stuff that our program's getting punished for right now happened under Frank Haith's watch. Yeah, he I guess got word of what was about to go down in the summer, so he jumped ship, went to Missouri, and look at him. He might even be a number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament, and nothing happens to him. He doesn't have to serve any type of suspension. His program's good to go. Like, I think his program should be good to go, but like him, he should have to sit out some games if our players are having to sit out games, and the assistant coaches should have to coach for him, because all this stuff happened with his coaching staff. And there's also 2 other coaches I heard. I forgot their names. They moved on to other schools, and they're also going to be dancing in the tournament. Yet Miami, we might not even make the NCAA tournament since we lost the game we had to win to basically take us off the bubble, making no doubt about it that we're going to the tournament without our best player. Like, that's ridiculous. Yeah, the people that are most responsible for it, that just let the stuff happen, didn't tell the players to not take the benefits, or in some cases aided in the benefits with Reggie Johnson, they're just good to go. So the NCAA, they need to focus more on the real problems. If everyone's doing it, yeah, I get 2 wrongs don't make it right, but this isn't even really a wrong. It's just the rules need to be updated, because every school's doing it. It's not really a wrong. It's just part of society, and the NCAA just needs to adapt to that. And if they don't want to adapt to it, they need to start coming out and punishing everyone, not just punishing us, basically. Because it seems like we're getting hit the hardest in football as well, but we are one of the better teams of football. Lately we haven't, but historically, when you think of Miami, you think of them as a real good school for football. But that's all I had to say about it. Some people probably get more people to agree with me. I sort of rambled on in this one, but I don't know. I just had to get this off my chest. Yeah, you can follow me at Jeffrey Gibert on Twitter, at JeffreyGibert. So I'm about to sign off and give a shout out to my boy JaVale. Salute.